Good morning, friends. It's great to see you all. I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to my page, my YouTube channel, Black Dragon National President. And today we're going to talk about when is it time to fire the president. This is a kind of a touchy subject because I get so many text messages from you guys, emails, and emails, IMs, immediate messages from Facebook, post on my page, Black Dragon Biker on YouTube, on Facebook, or on my page, MC Talk TV on Facebook, or Black Dragon at Black Sabbath MC. I get all these questions from you folks, and so many of you are disgruntled and angry and upset over your presidents, and 99% of you are absolutely wrong. You have absolutely no clue as to what it takes to be a president of an MC or a national president. You have no clue about what it takes in terms of personal sacrifice, in terms of personal dedication, in terms of finances spent, how much money comes out of your pocket, how much of your personal time and family time is lost, how many girlfriends and wives you lose, how many relationships with your daughter or your son or your grandson or your granddaughter, how many of those relationships are bruised. You don't have any idea what it's like when 1%er Nation picks up the phone and calls your 99%er president. They ain't calling you, they're calling him. And his behind is on the line. And all you guys do is complain and moan and moan and complain and complain and moan because you can do it better. But you ain't running for no office. You ain't done none of the things that it's necessary to do to qualify to run for president. Yet you always got something lousy to say. Some old backbiting BS, some old behind the scenes secondary phone call type shit, where you can just try to figure how you can cause as much corruption and damage in the MC as humanly possible, because you don't like the president. Well, the president don't like your ass either. But that's the motorcycle club life, right? But in 1% of the cases, you are right. That sucker's got to go. He ain't doing things right. He ain't following the bylaws. He's walking around in his own little dictatorship. He's got his own little agenda going on. Money is missing from the club. He's making decisions based on people he likes. Sucker wouldn't know the bylaws if they bit him in the ass. He certainly isn't following any. So in 1% of the cases, I guess you are right. But in that 1% of the cases that you're right, you ain't doing nothing still. I hate an MC full of weak ass P-U-S-S-I-E. P-U-S-I-E-S. I hate that. I hate a club full of you weak shrimps. Talk behind a guy's back and never look him in the face in a meeting. What the hell's wrong with you people? You get on my nerves. You act like the president is some sort of God who speaks from on high, on high, on high, on high, on high. And whose words, cannot be questioned, 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 be questioned. Kneel down, kneel down, kneel down, kneel down. You knaves, you knaves, you knaves, you knaves, you knaves, you knaves, you knaves. And worship me, worship me, worship me, worship me. And that's what you do. Oh, the president said put Peter out. Well, did he have a trial? Were charges presented? You mean you just remove that guy from the group chat? Because one man said so. Worship me, worship me, worship me, worship me, worship me, worship me. You're weak. You don't know the bylaws either. You won't stand up for your own brothers in the club. What the hell's wrong with you? Brothers, you don't know the word brother. You don't know the meaning brotherhood. You're not your brother's keeper. You're not your own keeper. Because you're lazy. Absolutely goddamn lazy. That was a curse word, I'm sorry. You're lazy. It's easier for you to allow someone to run you than for you to pick up the ball and run the destiny of your MC in a democratic fashion the way that traditional MCs are run. You don't want to run a traditional MC. You want to be in a nursery. So it's okay what the head school marm decides. You don't have to do nothing but show up and maybe pay your dues on time. And that's questionable. You know, for a national president to fire a local president, there's some things that go on. Like, it's easy for me. I don't mind firing somebody. Firing people is hard, though. I tell you, if you want to be liked, firing somebody's hard. If you don't give a damn whether they like you or not, you can fire that ASS with no problems. I fire you when you don't do your job. I don't care if you're my brother. There's no royalty in motorcycle clubs. There's no royal blood. You do your job or you get fired. If I'm a national president and I find out you're doing dirty, backwards, behind the doors things, I'm getting rid of you. I'm firing you. I don't care who likes it, who doesn't like it. But in a local chapter, how do members underneath a president? It's easy for me to sweep my hand. Oh, but it's not really that easy. They come back, man. Oh, they go and they complain to the high council. You got to see these guys when you're trying to get rid of them because they didn't do their jobs. You never get, I had an ex-girlfriend get rid of me. I was not doing those things a boyfriend should do. My loyalty level meter wasn't where it should be. She wanted to get married. We've been dating about 8 years. That off and on kind of stuff. She got tired of her brother. She told me something I never forgot. She said people never get rid of treasure. They don't throw treasure away. But people will dump shit in a minute. I will never fire someone that's doing their job appropriately. You don't get rid of treasure. You don't get rid of someone you can depend on. You get rid of shit. That's what you get rid of. And if that's what you have leading your motorcycle club, why are you talking behind his back? His back, his back, his back, his back, his back, his back. You need to be talking him straight in the face. Rule 47 says you don't do this, you're doing this. Rule 48 says you do that, you're not doing that. Rule 22 says you do this, you're not doing this. Rule 111 says you don't do that, you're doing that. Bro, you got a certain amount of time to clean your act up. You're up out of here. You gots to go. It's an interesting thing. These guys get so much power. How do they get all this power? They're not paying a paycheck. What they gonna do? Take away one of your stripes and put you on bread and butter for 2 weeks? And water? Really? So terrified. Man, president told me to take your colors. Really? Okay, here you are. I wish an MF would. Hold on a minute. Take my colors. Has there been a trial? Did I get my committee? Where? What rule have I, what bylaw have I violated? Did I go in front of a committee of my peers and be adjudicated? Is there a time limit given on my suspension? These are the things that happen in the traditional MC. Now, I know some of you guys aren't in that. You're in some kind of craziness where you're under some sort of deceptive rule by somebody. And they tell you you're in the MC. You're not in a traditional MC. You're not in a 99%er MC. That's what I talk about. If you're in something else, we're not even talking. I mean, what are we talking about? You're in something else. But if you're talking about the kind of MC I've been in for 29 years, traditional MC, where bylaws and rules and metrics and standards and milestones and things are met, then that person is talking pure craziness and nonsense. I can't tell you how many sergeant at arms. I just did what my president told me to do. Well, what your president told you to do was not in standing with the bylaws. What about that? Who is the keeper of the bylaws? Who is the police officer of the club? Who ensures that every member, great and small, and sometimes people get on me, they say, oh, man, why are you telling the positions of the motorcycle club? Well, I would never do that. Why do you do that? Because you guys are in my inbox. Thousands and thousands of letters. And I see the pain. It's the emotion you folks are feeling. It's beyond me. To me, it's so simple. It's not so simple because I'm so great or anything like that. It's so simple because I've lived the pain you're living, and I decided I'm not going to live that pain in my motorcycle life. Not in my motorcycle club life. No, I'm not going to live that pain anymore. There's a set of rules we've all agreed to go by, and if somebody's not following those rules, they're not fixing to get me upset. I'm getting ready to go tell all the other brothers, and we're going to vote your ass down. ASS, down. You got to go. You're not good for us. You're a disease. You're a sickness. You're a cancer. You're not good for us. You're a destruction to what we're trying to do. This is pretty simple, people. It's not hard. I know, it is hard. It's hard because you're so involved and your heartstrings are so in it. But the truth of the matter is, my friends, that nobody is above the club, not even the president. You don't have to have a coup or a backroom takeover. You can come in the front door. I always tell people, why are you so interested in the back door? The front door works just fine. Bring it up in a meeting. Now, always remember, if you bloody the nose of the king, be prepared to be killed by the king. What that means is you go after your president, the most powerful man in the club, and your SHIT is not TOGETHER, together, well, there's a price to pay. And that president you went after may come after you. That's the beauty of it all to me. It keeps it all together in a sock. It keeps it all uniform. That you can't go after somebody on some BS. But if somebody ain't doing the right things, bring it up in the club meeting over and over again until folks take action. If it's time to fire a president, then it's time to fire a president. If it's time to fire a sergeant at arms, then it's time to fire a sergeant at arms. It's time to get rid of the treasurer, then it's time to get rid of the treasurer. And that's done through the bylaws and through the committee meetings and when good people stand up in the MC. And we saw it. I mean, there's this Jewish saying about the Holocaust that basically says, I stood around and watched while all of the people under me got taken away to the camps. And I never said a word because it wasn't me. Until one day I look up and they're coming for me. And now there's nobody left to say a word. So when good people sit around because they don't want to fight for what's right, then the evil forces take over your MC. And then when it's your time, when somebody's doing something evil to you, the precedent's been set, man. There's no one around to help you out. And you're done. And your MC's done. It steps back 10 years in time. Anyway, I'm Black Dragon. Those are my thoughts this morning. You guys have a productive day and get skinny.